Good evening, fellow brothers and sisters of the Leaf and of the YTPC. JackJazzm here for another pipe on the way home. Today, we got another one of my Erik Nordings. And this one is the number 5. There you can see the little golden engraved end that Nording puts on his pipes. And I call this one Freddy Krueger, because for those of you who are familiar with the movie Friday the 13th, and the main character, Freddy Krueger, his face looks kind of like this because of him being burnt alive. And that's what it reminds me of. So this is Freddy, aka Freddy Krueger. And I don't know if that grain is showing up as well as it is in person, but from what I'm seeing on the camera, in person the grain is a lot darker. Some awesome grain work. And what we have in here is one of my McBaron blends, McBaron's Black Ambrosia. Some good stuff. I believe I featured this on here before, but for those of you not familiar with what it has in it, I'll go ahead and read directly from the tin for you. Black Ambrosia. This blend is mainly manufactured from pure Virginia, which we have carefully roasted to bring it to our tasty and sweet Cavendish. To this Cavendish, we have added some very special yellow Virginia tobaccos to give the blend a beautiful contrast. Then smoked. Oh, when smoked, this is all rubbed out here. When smoked, you'll be thrilled by the exciting taste and sweet aroma. So basically, you got pure Virginia added to some sweet Cavendish. Yellow Virginias, all toasted up. I'll just get ready to pull off. I'll just get ready to pull off. All right. One of my friends that I just helped out with their tire. Let me go ahead and get on the road. Before there's another interruption. But as I was saying, those of you who come across this blend will enjoy some yellow Virginia and Cavendish toasted. Very nice mellow blend. This is one of my 4 Danish-made pipes, made by or produced by the Erik Nording line. And it gets pretty hard when you're interested in freehands to pick out one that's really different from the others, because a lot of the freehands that are made by the same maker, they become similar in some ways. So when I saw this one, I hadn't seen any like this in any of the shops I had been in. Of course, when you go online, you'll find pretty much in any of them similar to, you know, the style, but never two exactly the same. And this one, I just really liked how they had did this design in here, and I think it gives it more of a natural look. But like I said, I haven't seen too many like that at the time that I was coming across these Erik Nordings. And the guy in the shop had a nice deal on it, so I jumped on it. Today's been a pretty sunny day today, beautiful day, but if you had to be outside like I had to be for some of my shift, for about half of my shift, if not a little bit more, then it became quite warm. But a beautiful day nonetheless. Right now, with it being about 10 after 6, still pretty warm here. My thermometer is reading 86 degrees for outside. Which is not bad weather at all if you dress for it. Today was a pretty smooth day. No unnecessary foolishness or interruptions. We're always grateful to have these kind of days. Thinking about doing a few videos on my collection where I break them up into the different names, and then another one to wrap up that series where I do all of them all together and pull out everything that I have currently or at the time that I do the video. Just a matter of me having time to organize it properly. That's something I would have really enjoyed doing as a live, so that people who got on to the live could actually interact. But that's not possible at the time from my YouTube channel. This pipe is one of the better smoking ones when it comes to not getting warm, because the walls on here are fairly thick. And then I think this kind of rustication slash sandblast that they did with those little areas kind of helps to thin out the warmth from getting to your hands as well. And despite the girth of the pipe, is actually really light, a lot lighter than you would expect it to be. And I think it's because of those little channels they carved out around the pipe. Erik Nording does some decent work here. I like things that are different, but this isn't just different, they actually look pretty cool. Which is why I have 4 of them. But I must confess, I did get bored with the Erik Nordings. And that's when I started to look for other things, because I came to the point where one particular shop that I go to, that's slightly out of the way, and that was one of the main sellers of the Erik Nording. The other place had a lot of Erik Nordings, a lot of Petersons. So I went out looking for other shops that may have been carrying different brands, things that I had been seeing or maybe saw online but hadn't been seeing in person. And eventually came across some more cigar and tobacco shops that had some other stuff that weren't seeing in Atlanta, that I hadn't been noticing myself in Atlanta, rather. It's funny because my second Maestro Baraldi, the one that's a sitter, I came across that one when I wasn't even looking for a tobacco shop. Bringing my daughters from one of their friends' birthday party, and ended up going down the road and noticed it, going a different route from where I would normally go from that area, which is about 45 to 50 minutes away. And went in, and man, they had a whole slew of really nice pipes, a lot of good Savinellis that you don't see in other places. Maestro Baraldis, a few Petersons, with some good stuff at some really decent prices. And one of the part owners that was there, an older fella, really cool, like most guys in these pipe shops are, actually discounted it for me because of how I came across them, and us just having a conversation. He liked the way I talk, I guess, and ended up giving it to me for a discounted price. That and the complimentary few ounces of tobacco. Which he said they give to everyone that buys a brand new pipe, and first timers. Kind of felt like he made it up on the spot, but I wasn't about to argue. On my search sometime prior to that for finding a really nice 320, familiar with the Georgia area and knows the drive from Atlanta to Athens, that's about an hour drive. And I'll tell you what, I was not disappointed because they had two different spots, the same place, same company, had two different spots that had some amazing selections of pipes. Pipe tools, pipe reamers, all type of stuff. And ended up getting that pipe for a really decent price. Definitely the type of shop you probably go in at least once or twice a week, just because of all that they had, especially between the two shops. Now the one main shop is actually connected to a liquor store that was owned by the same people. A huge liquor store, package store, whatever you would call it in your area. And that one had the really expensive, from $200 up to $800 pipes. The type of stuff you see online but probably would never see in person unless you're at some place like this in the area where you probably would never think to go to look for that kind of stuff. That's the place I would go on one of those days where I had nothing to do and gas to burn. And of course a couple extra pennies to spend. Black Ambrosia has a pretty nice room note. Not one that I would say most people would enjoy, but for having the Cabernet Virginias, gives off a pretty pleasant aroma. I found that when it comes to women, most women that do not smoke cigars, let alone pipes, tend to favor or be tolerant or enjoy the room notes that come off of the blends that have cherry in it, strawberry, vanilla, with the heavy topping of those in them. They tend to like those more. Especially the cherry, I've noticed that the cherry seems to be reminiscent for a lot of people of someone that they knew, whether it was their father, grandfather. You know, you hear that a lot. Man, that reminds me of my grandpa. That reminds me of my dad. You know, I love that smell. I forgot all about pipes. And, you know, they're always surprised to see, I don't know why, in Atlanta, a guy smoking a pipe. And I guess that I don't have a head full of gray hair or white hair, or white beard or gray beard. A lot of them will look at me as if I'm not old enough to be smoking a pipe. It's all interesting to me. Always get conversations started, and by the time you're done talking with them, they're enjoying the fact that you answered some of their questions and shared some experience with them. Every once in a while you get somebody that becomes interested enough to say they're going to try it out. that said, if any of you viewers, fellow YTPCers, brothers, sisters, belief, happen to be in Atlanta, feel welcome to hit me up. We can definitely link up. But the sad reality of it for me is, even when I go to my different tobacconists, if I do have the time to hang out and smoke in the facility, in the lounge, what have you, it's rare that I come across someone else that's smoking a pipe, because most of these places are have a bigger clientele of cigar smokers, cigar enthusiasts, male and female, which a lot of them are cool with pipe smokers, but don't smoke pipes on the regular themselves. So I don't have other fellow pipe smokers that I can chat with in person and enjoy a smoke with. Well, I'm off the highway now. I'm in my area. That drive wasn't bad at all, being that I took route number 2. Took us about 20 minutes. And somebody honking for one of the water boys out here. But as always, appreciate you checking me out. Always feel free to comment. And for those of you who are not subscribed, if you enjoy our conversation here and me sharing a pipe on the way home, or any of my other videos that have to do with my music or my art, feel free to subscribe. I do my best to respond to comments. I don't think I've missed anybody yet. If I have, please let me know. Definitely was not intentional. Somebody just jumped out in front of me. And I definitely did not mean to overlook you. So until next time, no stress, peace and blessings. JackJazzm.